General disclaimer. Welcome to this official presentation on Affiliate Marketing Model 3.0. All presenters are providing their services on a volunteer basis and are active participants in all products they are presenting. Their views and opinions do not necessarily reflect those of the organisation. While we aim for accuracy, errors may occur. All content is for informational purposes only. The information provided is general and not personalised advice. We are not liable for any losses. We provide information and systems, but we do not endorse any purchases of memberships. Your decisions are yours alone, so we advise conducting thorough research. If uncertain, seek guidance from a qualified professional. Attendees accept these terms by continuing to view this presentation. Let's explore affiliate marketing cautiously and curiously. Legal disclaimer. You are viewing an Affiliate Marketing 3.0 official presentation. All products and services, their component parts and operating methods and systems, either provided by or created by Affiliate Marketing 3.0, belong solely to Affiliate Marketing 3.0. All IPs are protected. Anyone copying, distributing, or reselling any Affiliate Marketing 3.0 product without express permission risks serious legal consequences. Any unauthorized broadcasting, live streaming, or social media sharing of Affiliate Marketing 3.0 presentations is strictly prohibited. Downloading and re-uploading presentations without permission violates copyright law and may also lead to legal consequences. Good evening, welcome. It is the beginning of a brand new week and it is the beginning of a brand new month. It is March the 2nd, 2026. It's great to be here. Another day in the life of Affiliate Marketing 3.0, 3FO, and another business presentation. We've got a great presenter for you this evening. I'm going to hand you straight over to Chantel, who is our leading expert in this company, in this project, and in everything you need to know about 3FO. Over to you, Chantel.
Wow. Thank you so much, Joe. Let me also not waste any time and go straight to the presentation. 1 second. Sorry. That was a bit too straight. Yes, right, here we are. So, welcome to this evening to the presentation of 3FO. What if one decision could change the your financial trajectory? And in a world that we are living today, making the right decisions are important. And we have a luck because we have only one decision to make. Do we believe that in a changed future, where everything in money is going to be different, it is important to have a blockchain-based system? And do we believe that our CEO, Chavez, can deliver us the tools in time for all of us to have a beautiful, smooth ride into that new future? And I think that in the last weeks, Chavez has shown how quickly he can adapt to changed circumstances in the market in order to keep that flight that we're all on, that journey into the future, remain steady on track. And together with his teams and our collective teams, we are having a great chance on that. So tonight's presentation is then giving you the tools to make your decision if you're new and invited by one of our members. Because in 3FO, we're providing you a gateway to elite financial empowerment. With a one-time package, you unlock premium digital tools and a powerful passive income engine. It's built to grow with you and to be on this journey with you. So what are the elements that are in our pack? First of all, it is important to know that we are 3FO because we are very clearly Web3 powered. And Web3, for all of you who are new, never been in crypto, never been in technology, just see this as Web3 is the third version of the internet. The first version of the internet was a text only, was like Wikipedia. And the second version was, let's call it the Facebook time, where we started to engage with each other. But the third level of the web is where we are doing business with each other. In an instant, we have to transfer funds, we have to be safe, we do business with people that we've never met. So the safety and the security and the speed and the cost of international business is important, or international travel, if that's what you want to call, or perhaps local community projects. And Web3, the blockchain technology, is offering that to us. And slowly, slowly, we see that absolutely everybody who wants to be part of that future is transitioning to what we call Web3 technology. And how is that technology becoming popular? Well, in the same way as SMSs helped us to become more interactive in social media, cryptocurrency is a very good way of making people comfortable with the power of Web3, tokenization, and tokenomics. And that is what this platform is offering us. It is offering us a space where we're getting familiar in a very simple way. And if you want to know, so what is the purpose of it? Well, the purpose is that our program allows you to earn daily in Ethereum. And Ethereum is considered the silver of cryptocurrencies. It is having the flexibility of a blockchain that can interconnect with multiple chains, with multiple projects, and with tokenization. So it is a very good and secure asset to work with. And we also provide you top tier products that unlock massive income. And of course, it is fully backed by our own smart chain, the BTCC COT20, the COT20 smart chain with our own native coin, Bitcoin code. And the best starting pack is the ignition pack or panel. And a lot of this presentation will show you why that is such a beautiful project to start with. But before I go there, as it says, we are offering you a number of bespoke products. And the first of that is Liquid Pay Choice Card. What started about a year ago as the offering of a Visa crypto credit card, which allows you to not only use crypto for savings, but actually to use crypto to spend in your daily life, pay in the local shop, or pay on the internet, or go to the ATM, has now become the basis for the next iteration of future readiness, and that is the Liquid Pay Deal Bank. At this moment, we know that Chavez and his team is testing a number of international bank transfers where our decentralized on-chain banking stack is working directly with IBAN numbers that are showing multiple currencies and multiple blockchains. So it becomes a super app that makes our financial lives really easy in a decentralized way. And then we have the protocol yield whale pass. You know, Chavez has understood very clearly that next to spending and saving, it is also important to have alternative income streams. And trading is a very important part of wealth management. And you can either do that passively by letting a trader work with you or a trading system work for you, or you can do it actively. And with Pi, you are having the opportunity to look at 6 trading strategies that have a track record, and you decide to place your asset under management of one of those strategies. So the choice of which one to choose is yours, but the selection of those strategies has been done by the company on the basis of a protocol. And the protocol has assessed those high frequency traders with millions of transactions every day, and it is learning to become smarter and smarter. And at this moment, we are in an upgrade to the next version of Pi, and I look forward to seeing that go live. So you're getting access to the past so that you can then put your own assets under management. And the same happens here with LFG Starter Pack. LFG is the 2nd generation of Dodo, and Dodo was our first platform that was placing index trading in front of us. Now, for those of us who have made nice returns with Dodo, because we could either create our own index, or we could follow a social index from someone else, or the official company indexes, you know, we had a really good ride. But it was a little bit, how do you say that? It wasn't as quick and as smooth in our reactions as we expect from today's apps. So LFG is the next generation, and it is so smooth. We've been able to test it, and I can't wait for this to go live, because you will feel the difference yourself if you've been trading in Dodo, and if it's new to you, it will fit like a hand in glove. So these 3 products are excellent, and they are ready to be launched or relaunched or upgraded, and the access to it is available with your Ignition Pack subscription. So in 3FO, we are starting to truly understand what building a digital asset portfolio in the crypto space can really mean, and how it changes our thinking. And the following slides, I'm going to explain that step by step, so that when you are finished with this presentation, you will know what choice to make. So every single person starts the yield program with a yield amplifying panel. And what does that mean? If you purchase a first panel, and you have to start with the Ignition Pack of $500, then you are offered a $500 in Ethereum base. You are offered a annual profit yield that is paid out on a weekly basis, so until there is a maximum return. So if you do absolutely nothing and you're buying your first Ignition Pack for $500, you will receive 1% a week of yield in Ethereum base until you've made 2 times a return on the cost of your pack. So that would be until $1,000. And as you can see, there are also sub panels, and these sub panels are every time 3 times the value of the previous one, and that is beautifully designed. So you can also go to a sub panel of number 3, 1,500. You also get 1% a week, which is 52% on an annual basis. And you can go all the way up to sub panel 243, which is 121,500, and you are earning 1% a week until you reach 2 times that value, which is 243,000 on the basis of 1% a week. So you do nothing, 1% a week, annual profit yield 52%. But now you can actually increase your return, and you can increase the weekly percentage that you achieve, so also the annual percentage. And let me show you. That is possible by staking BTCC, which is the native coin of our blockchain. So everybody who has been here for at least 2.5 years with us, you have been able to become a miner or own a node or a validator, which means you are in possession of our native coin, the BTCC. And you can stake BTCC in our program together with the Ethereum on a panel. And staking basically means you're putting it into a liquidity pool and you get a yield for it. After the period of payout has lapsed, you are getting your BTC back. So in this case, the way we are doing that is that we're looking at, you can either stake on a one-to-one value basis with the price of your panel. So $500 panel in Ethereum base can also have a $500 BTC staking value. And if you do that, your yield that is paid out in Ethereum base will increase from 52% to 65% on an annual basis, or in other words, from 1% to 1.25% on an annual basis, on a weekly basis, until you've reached 3 times the return of your panel, which is $1,500. And you can even increase that scenario by staking 2 times the value in BTCC of your Ethereum price. So that is $1,000 in BTCC versus $500 in Ethereum. Or at a higher panel, same as possible, there you would do 1,500 Ethereum, $3,000 in BTCC. So the principle is either 1-to-1 and you get 3 times the return, or 1-to-2 and you get 4 times the return. So 500 becomes 2,000, or 1,500, for example, would become 6,000. And that is earned at a higher, at an ever climbing annual yield. Look at it. So with sub panel 3, 78% if it is a 1-to-1 BTCC, 91% if it is a 1-to-2. Sub panel 9, and so on until you are at sub panel 243, where you can earn a maximum of 130% on an annual yield if you do a 1-to-1 BTCC staking, or 156% if you do a 1-to-2 BTCC staking. So then this is the pattern that you can see. You can see how beautifully the annual yield is, that is, if it is maximized, is growing from 78% to 156%. And what does it look at in dollars? On a weekly basis, it delivers $7.50 on an ignition panel, $26.25, $90, 303, $1,000, and $3,645, and that is an incredible value that is being generated here. Now, let's look at the return on investment and how it works. So a $500 would be able to give you $2,000. With the $2,000, you have a choice. You can either withdraw it, and if you withdraw it for yourself, then know that we are creating a strategic resilience fund. So the net amount that you would withdraw is 80% of the amount that you're withdrawing, unless you're sending the withdrawal to another person in your downline. Then you get an internal transfer, and there we are only charging 5%. So that's what you can do. You can say, it's mine, I'm finished, klar. But you can also do something else, and you can say, no. I am going to increase my earning capacity. So I am buying a sub panel 3, which is $1,500. And then I actually want to make sure that my vehicle is still running. So I'm replacing the $500 that I had put in with another $500, so that I earn both the income from the ignition panel and from the sub panel 3. And with sub panel 3, I'm also able to earn 4 times the value, so that's 400%. And again, I'm not taking it out. I am basically buying a sub panel 9, 4,500, and because my sub panel 3 has run out, I'm placing the other in, and so forth, and so forth, and so forth. And then I'm only starting to withdraw at sub panel 243, because now that is my maximum where I am, and now I want to take my earnings. And if you start taking your earnings at that moment in time, then you can get out 5,084 until you reach 400% of everything, minus the reserve of 20%. And that reserve is so important because we have seen it. We have seen the resilience that is necessary in the company. So that resilience fund is making sure that whatever is happening with the volatility of the Ethereum, the dollar value that is on your pack can always be guaranteed by our trading strategies. So you also have a second option, and that option is if you have a panel, you can basically build a community under you. And there what you do is, no, sorry. The company is giving you also another option to go faster in your panel structure. And that is a panel structure which 50% of the value of your panel, which is 250, can be used as a deposit to sub panel 3, which is $250, which gives you then $1,250. And from there, if you have a $1,500 running, you can actually use half of it to buy the next panel, and the same for the next and the next. So 50% of an active panel is eligible for a loan of the company to buy a next panel. And whilst that next panel is running, the loan is paid off in the system unless you pay it off quicker. So and the loan is interest free. So you are repaying it with future yield. There's a second way that you can use the loan system, but that's in a different way. That is, if you want to build a community, because we are in the affiliate marketing business, you can actually place 2 positions under you by sending $125 as a loan to people below you. And they can then open up the account. You might ask the question, so how is the business being able to do that? Well, it's possible because we have created something called Alpha AI. And Alpha AI stands for Smart Passive Wealth. The Alpha AI yield is your effortless path to building wealth through decentralized finance. Forget active trading. This fully managed vault generates weekly yield by leveraging expert strategies across staking, yield farming, liquidity provision, and more. Managed by the 3FO core team with audited smart contracts, the yield prioritizes capital preservation and transparent, risk-adjusted returns. Your earnings are delivered weekly in real Ethereum, scaling with each active subscription and panel. And the Ethereum we are using is on the base network because it has a very good quality of running the blockchain, but also it has very low transaction fees. So that's everything that has to do with our panel subscription offering. I already said to you, this is a really special project. And the beauty about this project is that it is building further on the foundation that we created in our sister company, Affiliate Marketing 3.0, where we all became miners or owners of validators and nodes. And now members of 3FO are starting to have the same opportunity. And we are literally starting also with an education of the community like we did last night, that starts at the beginning. So people who are starting in our program are understanding where the building of blockchain and the models of blockchain are coming from. So if you've either purchased BTCCs, mined BTCC, harvested BTCC, or gotten them from as a yield out of your ownership of a node or of a validator, it doesn't matter. You have BTCCs. And if you have a panel, then you have an opportunity to even create more value out of your BTCCs by staking in the BTCC ETF Lite. And we have two staking plans. It's either ETF Lite 12 or ETF Lite 18, which is either 12% annual profit yield paid out monthly, so it's 1% a month, or ETF Lite 18, which is a 2-year staking, which is 18% APY, which is 36% over the total period. And it means 1.5% paid out on a monthly basis. And the staking is open because of the extension that we've received. We are now having the vault being locked at the 15th of March. And so we are in the final days before this ETF Lite plan truly starts. And we're really, really excited about that. Now, just in terms of numbers, remember that if you were on your maximum, on your maximum panel, you were at an 86%, at a 78% yield. Now, if you would take the 2-year staking plan, that means for 2 years, that maximum annual yield will go up with another 18%, which means 96%. It's almost 100% return on an annual basis. So you would be very, very close to a 2x Ethereum based on your first, your first 2 years of staking. So it's a really nice offering that is taking place on the basis of a real business. And as a base, it's like we talk about an evergreen projects. This is like an evergreen project because this is very stable. It's very predictable. You can participate on every level, step in on every level, and it is at a price point that is available everywhere in the world with a little bit of saving. Now, as I said, the beauty for 3FO is that you can now also become a miner and you can step in with the COP20 NFT miners. And in some countries, that might be the beginning point, your starting point. I know we became Bitcoin rank in the previous environment. And I spoke to David this afternoon about it. We call him Bitcoin David. We were well on our way to have ranking plans based on pure sales of miners together with nodes, because the blockchain is such a solid product. It gives you such a clear value, and now that we have a staking case, it's even better value than we had at that time. So it's really exciting to say this to you. If you purchase for yourself a $50 miner, $500 miner, or a 5,000 miner, you will earn an affiliate potential of up to 2x. And then you can also combine it with the BTC20 smart chain nodes, which are offering 182% annual profit yield. And with the volatility in the market, this combination between a miner and a node, even if you say, I have a few miners of myself, and I share a node with some of my friends or some of my teammates, that's such a beautiful combination because it means you're getting direct BTCC yield from your nodes, and that gives you time to help harvest your BTCCs that you've been mining. Or you can say, look, I let my miners run for a year or two, and only then I start staking because I see the price going up and it will overtake the value of mining. So you have the capacity to strategize your business at every level of this journey, starting with the BTCC blockchain and go and earning the income out of sharing this opportunity, so you can then also step into the panel business if that is what is necessary for you. You choose your entry point, you choose your journey, and you share it with others, and we are here to support you in your strategy. So these are all the products, this is all the earnings, and this is all the potential earning that they offer. But there is an alternative. There is also the value of our compensation plan for sharing this opportunity with other people, because otherwise you can't use your potential income. The way this works is it is a unilevel income plan, which means that everybody only has one affiliate link, and that affiliate link is shared with whomever, and that becomes your front line. And that is your first generation. And then if they duplicate themselves, they share their link to someone else, then those people become your second generation and the first generation or front line of the people below you. And this goes up to 15 levels deep. And in order to be able to be eligible to earn this, you need to fulfill a number of things. For the first level, so for your front line, you need 2 direct people who have paid, and a minimum volume out of those 2 people of $1,000. That can be 2 ignition packs, that can be 21x miners, or 2 10x miners, or a mix of either. And that delivers you a level income of 10%. But it could also be, there could also be, what's it called? A node in between, of course. And then you go to the next one, where you need 3 directs, minimum volume, and 5%, and so forth, and so forth. Now, the first 7 levels, you get paid without ranks. But after that, you need to have rank 1, 2, and 3 in order to get paid on 15 levels. And your maximum volume you need there is $10,000. So 20 people wide and 15 levels deep, and you have an incredible income machine that is giving you a lot to work with. And you know, we already shared with you, people are getting yield, and you want to maximize your yield. So in a $500 pack, if you would be paid 1.5% to get to your 2,000, you know, that could take quite a bit. But if you would start sharing your opportunities, look at what happens. 10 members are buying a pack that's $5,000 in business volume, and that would be 10% is $500. So that means that you have already earned $500 from that maximum yield. So the yield or the potential of 4x is coming both out of the yield and potentially out of sharing the opportunity. And if you're sharing the opportunity, there's another incentive which we call the builder's income. And that means you're getting a percentage of the yield that the people that you have brought in are earning. And that's beautiful, because as you can see, people go into different panels at different levels. And for example, you could have someone on your 3rd level that activated a sub panel 9, which is 4,500 a pack. And it's staked BTCC at a 1-to-2 ratio. Your earnings will be 2% yield per week, which is $90 in Ethereum per week. You get 5% of that, which is $4.50 per week. Now imagine a dozens or hundreds across 15 levels doing the same. If you're building together your team with people, we are recommending that you're starting with 3 people in your front line that are also duplicating at least 3 people. And you might have some extra packs on the side in order to reach the 15 levels of generation. But if you want to get to rank 3, duplicating 3, 3, 3, 3 all the time is a perfect foundation. And the beauty of this is that it's weekly, it's residual, and it's scalable. And the builder's yield income is looking at as follows. Level 1, you need 2 active directs and gives you 10%. And then you need to just follow this schedule and make a screenshot of it. It's 20 people wide, get 15 people levels paid deeply, and you will be seeing incredible sustainable growth in your back office. The key advantages is you get a guaranteed weekly yield, consistent income without a DeFi learning curve, team-based earnings, earn when your network profits. BTCC multipliers, you boost your earning potential with BTCC, transparent and on-chain, and sustainable growth. It is built for the long game, not a hype. We call it our forever company. And then there is the top booster, and that is it is possible to rank in our system. And it starts much easier than we did before. It starts already from a volume of 15,000. But you need to have all the ingredients right. And then the payout is on top. It doesn't get deducted from your 2x, 3x, or 4x that you can earn. So for rank 1, you need 3 active directs, a team volume of 15,000, team size of 30, and a reward of 1,000. And that increases when you go into rank 2 and 3, and that in total can give you a $9,000 in bonuses. There is just one thing you need to look at. In your team volume, you have to take the 3 top legs and later at the end the 4 top legs, and you need to look at the percentage: 40%, 30%, and 30%, which in this case would be 6,000, 4,500, and 4,500. That's when you fulfill the exact credentials. Then when you're going towards the duplication period, which is from R4, that's where you need to have 3 R3s, 3 R4s, 3 R6, 5, 6, etc., all the way until you have rank 9, and in rank 10 you need 4 R9s. And you can see you can earn 10,000, 25,000, 100,000, 500,000, a million, 5 million, and 10 million in bonuses that are paid out the day after you reach the rank. We have gone all the way to rank 3 in this system. It was available instantly, and I know Joe is the same, and others have gone much further already. I think the highest rank at the moment is rank 5, and Lucky is our first owner of all the panels. So the system is being tested as we speak, and you are following in the footsteps of those who have learned the hard way, who are setting who are setting the pace, and who are finding out what are the tricks to be faster, to be better. And I hope that this presentation has given you a bit of insight how you can do this, because this is a journey that can start with a $50 miner and go all the way to a $10 million bonus on top of everything you would have earned at that moment already, which is over $16.5 million out of just rank rewards. That's apart from the 2x, 3x, and 4x's that you would have had in your own system. So why is it possible? Because it encourages balanced growth. It drives leadership duplication. It unlocks millionaire rewards, and it's 100% additive, never replaces your earnings. We're working with a strict compensation plan. All earnings are calculated. Please take a screenshot of this. All earnings are calculated based on active subscriptions. Payouts are processed daily in Ethereum on the Base network. Yield is generated from Alpha AI yield performance weekly. 5% admin fee is applied on all internal transfers of Ethereum. 20% contributions to the reserve treasury on all withdrawals. To qualify for uni-level and builders income, users must maintain required number of active directs and BTCC staking, which is optional for 2x to 4x cap. The rank rewards are paid once upon meeting the criteria. Required minimum number of active directs, minimum team business volume, minimum team size, and at least 3 legs in 40-30-30 ratio. For rank 10, 4 legs are required. Income limits are applied per subscription based on the staking ratio. 2x without staking, 3x with 1-to-1 staking, and 4x with 1-to-2 staking. Users must follow all platform terms, stay compliant, and avoid manipulation or stacking. We are paid weekly on a Wednesday. Wednesday is payday. And this Wednesday is also Chavez Day, so make sure you're there. We're expecting updates from him. And if you didn't start on a Wednesday, then the first payday will be a pro rata payday, and after that you have a full week payday. The builder's yield income is also paid on a Wednesday, and it is also 15 levels deep. Be careful because we have an earning cap. So if you have not checked out how fast you are generating income, then your money could go into unclaimed income. That needs to be fixed. You need to upgrade then your potential earnings before closure of the business. So check what you anticipate, what the speed is, and make sure you don't run out of this, because this is just, a waste of money. Panel activation structure, it is in sequence. You cannot jump from the first to the last. You have to do them one by one. BTC staking multipliers, in the highest panel, the APYs are capped on 130% and 156%. We have a sub-panel loan boost system, which is eligible up to sub-panel 81. The explicit exclusion of that is sub-panel 243, because that's the highest panel. The yield distribution is paid weekly in Ethereum on the base chain and based on panel value plus BTCC staking ratio. BTCC is your key to ignite this engine from, a steam train to a rocket, because it accelerates your potential earnings, and it accelerates the speed in which you're reaching that. You are allowed to be strategic and have some accounts and multiple accounts, but they have to be funded individually, and 3FO can investigate suspicious stacking patterns. And compliance and fair usage is important. 3FO reserve the rights to enforce lock periods, suspend sub-panel loans for misuse. Here you see our portfolio. Alpha AI is driving 3FO. It is keeping us safe. It is now empowered with an extra resilience fund, and our blockchain is underpinning the speed and the height that we can achieve. With liquid pay, with Pi, with LFG, with the BTC ETF, Lite, and the 3FO panel structure, you have everything you need in order to secure your financial freedom. On that note, I'm giving back the floor to Joe.
Amazing. Thank you very much, Chantal. Yes, absolutely. Everything you need, more than you need, and everything you will ever need. So absolutely, what a fantastic presentation. And I'm sure now everybody that's here has got a very clear idea of the direction that we are taking, of the tools that we have in our hands to make a difference over the course of the remaining year. We're in March already. It's whizzing by already. Okay, well, let's bring us to the end. So I'm sure everybody here knows our schedule, but I'm going to go through it anyway. So Mondays, Tuesdays and Thursdays presentation day. Today obviously is Monday. This is an opportunity for you to bring your new prospects to come and see a professional presentation and hear how 3FO can be the life-changing opportunity that it could be for you. Wednesday is community call with Chavez. He hasn't been with us the last 2-3 weeks because he's been busy traveling the world, finalizing details for liquid pay DO banking. But I am informed that he is going to be joining us this week. Obviously, there's a lot of things happening in the world at the moment, so I'm not sure whether he will be able to be with us or not on Wednesday, but I'm sure he will do his best. Friday, of course, is community support and training day, and live Q&A. So Carl and I will provide some kind of training within our ecosystem, and of course live Q&A. Only the one event on Fridays. That's 9 p.m. UK time, 4 p.m. EST time. Monday to Thursday is 7 p.m. UK time and 7 p.m. EST time. Saturday and Sunday is yours to do with as you will. I want to invite everybody to our global community meeting that we have on Sunday, every Sunday. We've had 4 now, and the turnout has been excellent. And we've had some fantastic debates, some really great suggestions, some really great conversation. This is an open Zoom for everybody where you can come along and have your say. We are one community, but we have many voices. And this is an opportunity to come and have your voice heard. So join us every Sunday at 7 p.m. UK time, 12:30 a.m. India time, 11 p.m. UAE time, 2 p.m. EST time, 11 a.m. PST time. Come and be part of the conversation. Now, Carl and I host on US prime time. So if there is anybody here, no matter whose team you're in, where you are in the world, if you have just joined 3FO and just invested in an ignition pack, come and join us on US prime time at 7 p.m. EST. That's midnight UK time. And you could qualify for a free $50 miner. Okay, that brings us rather neatly to the end. Thank you very much, Chantal, for an excellent presentation. Thanks to Izzy for keeping us on track. And thanks to all of you for joining us. And we hopefully will see some of you, if not all of you, this evening on US prime time, and again tomorrow for UK prime time. Have a great evening, folks. Good night.
Thanks, Joe.